Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is. Welcome to Balance with Babs. My name is Babs. In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete manual lymph drainage for your arm. And so come have a seat either on your mat. I have a little blanket behind me to get my hips a little bit elevated. You can sit on the couch with your arm up on the armrest. You can sit so that your back's against your edge of your bed, whatever you want to do. So take a moment, get comfortable, and let's begin. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to be demonstrating how to do manual lymphatic drainage on a left arm, but if you have lymphedema on your right arm, it's okay, just modify and just listen to the cues I gave and just do it on your affected arm. So let's just start by getting comfortable. And I have a little piece of tape, this little blue piece of tape that I want to show you that will help to give you a little bit of instruction for the massage. So I'm just going to place this tape right here. You don't need tape, this is just for an instruction. So the whole purpose of the massage is to move the lymphatic fluid through the vessels. So those lymphatic vessels are pretty superficial to the skin, so you really don't need a lot of pressure. So it's a very light touch. If you've ever had somebody do lymph drainage on you, typically it's a very light touch unless they were trying to break up any thicker tissue, but it really is all about stretching the skin. So I want you to look at your arm, your affected arm, and if you have a freckle or a birthmark or a mole or something on the arm, I just want you to look at it and then take your hand either before or after that little freckle, and then I want you just to pull the skin so that you move that freckle. So if you can see my little piece of tape, when I stretch back, it moves. So that's really all the pressure you need. All right. So in your body, you have around 700, 800 lymph nodes or so. So if you have lymphedema, if it's secondary lymphedema, it might have been caused by cancer treatments or cancer diagnosis or something that caused it. But if it's primary lymphedema, you might have been born with it. But either way, this class and this little video will help you to move the fluid. So we want to start by opening the larger nodes areas in the body. So we really want to ignite the healthy or the non-affected nodes in the body to help out our arm. So a large area of lymphatic nodes lives right in our abdominal region. So we want to start with some nice deep diaphragmatic breathing to really stimulate and get that fluid pumping through here, because when it filters through the nodes that it can absorb more fluid. So I like to think of it like if you're driving in the car and you get to a busy road and there's 5 cars ahead of you and there's a stop sign up ahead, you have to wait for each car to get to the stop sign to move before you can go. So that's how I like to think of the nodes filtering the fluid. Before that other fluid can get to them, they have to stop at the stop sign, get filtered, and then move out. So if you keep that in mind, that really helps you to realize how important it is to wake up your system before you do the drainage. So let's start by placing our hands right on the center of our body. So I like to spread my fingers nice and wide. You can close your eyes for this portion. And inhale through your nose to really fill the belly with air. And then exhale slowly through the mouth or the nose to contract the belly. The navel comes towards the spine as you exhale all the air out. So we'll do about 10 slow breaths like that. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. 8 more at your own pace. For the last 5 breaths, as you inhale, I want you to give yourself a little bit of resistance with your hands. So you feel the belly pushing into the hands as you inhale. And then let go, and just kind of release on the exhale. So inhale, find that little resistance, push, push, push. And then exhale, you let everything melt. 3 more. Last one here. Wonderful, and then release the hands. Maybe take a little neck roll just to loosen up any tension. Roll the neck in the opposite way. Great, so now you've woken up that abdominal region of nodes. Now let's work on our chest and our neck and our axilla or our armpits. So we'll take our hands, cross them over the chest. You can either do this both hands like this, or you can just do one hand at a time, but we'll do both sides. So, and you're gonna start to make little circles coming in towards the neck. So you have a lot of nodes above and below your collarbone or your clavicle right here. So you really wanna stimulate those. And again, remember that little sticker on my hand, you're just stretching the skin, stimulating and moving. So about 10 times or so. And once you get the hang of it, you won't need this video to guide you. You'll be able to kind of get the routine of the deep breathing, the head and the chest movements, and then you move to the arm. Then come to the neck, hands on the neck. Thumbs are right by my index fingers, and you go up, back, and down. So just stretching the skin here. And again, about 10 of these. You might have the urge to swallow, that's okay. That means you're already getting that fluid to move. Just breathing, softening the face while you're doing this. No stress, no worries, you're doing something good for your body. Be proud of yourself. And come back to the chest. 10 little circles here. And again, no worries if you want to do this one at a time. One hand at a time. And then you'll come to the shoulders, either crossing the hands or just one hand at a time. Do little circles with the shoulders, stretching the skin of the shoulders. This also, as you're kind of moving up and down, gets a little bit of massage for the armpits too. And then back to the chest, little circles. You really want to get as much surface area with your hand as possible. So really get your pads of your fingers, your palm to be connected right to the skin. Most bang for your buck. Awesome, and then release the hands. Let's just do a couple little neck circles again. And then let's come back up nice and tall, sit up here. Let's get a little bit of movement through the hips. So just some nice little abdominal circles, just kind of tying it all together. So if you're sitting up in a chair or on the couch, just widen your legs and inhale as you come forward, exhale as you scoop it back and around. The hands are just lightly placed on my knees or on your lap, and then reverse the circle. And then come on back up. So now that we've woken up abdominal nodes, the chest, the neck nodes, now let's get into the armpits. So I am working on my left arm here. So same sequence will be on the other side if your right arm is affected. So, but first we really want to wake up the nodes underneath the armpit or in the armpit. So you have a cluster of nodes through here. So, and you want skin to skin contact. So you never want to do lymph drainage on any clothing because like you remember with that piece of tape, you really want to stretch the skin. So if you're doing it on clothing, you're stretching the clothing, not the skin. And also you don't want to use lotion. You can use lotion afterwards, but don't put on any lotion while you're doing this, because again, then you won't get that traction and that movement that helps to open the valves to flush the fluid through. So let's start by massaging the armpit. So it might feel a little funny, but that's okay. You're in the comfort of your home. So let's take our hand. You're kind of cupping the armpit like this. So if it's too uncomfortable to keep your arm up, you can kind of just keep it out here. And you're just gonna do those little circles. So again, my whole hand is in the armpit, so it's really in there. And you just make those little circles. This might feel really good if you do have lymphedema in your arm. Sometimes this area gets a little bit full. Feels almost like, I've heard, feels like almost like a balloon in the armpit. Some of my patients will say that, like when they bring their arm down, they feel like they have like a little pocket of a balloon or something. So this helps too. And then come to the other side, same thing. So even though just one arm may be affected, you're gonna wake up both armpits. So this will be a little bit of a modified manual lymph drainage. Usually in the clinic or when I teach people, we like to think of the drainage as a little L shape. So if this is my affected arm, you want to try to bring the fluid all the way across. So you want to think of moving it away from that arm across the chest and then down the body. So today we're just going to work on bringing it across, but bringing it down is also important. But there's really, the more you do, the better, but we'll just focus on this today, and maybe I'll make another video that does the whole thing. But so similar to the analogy of those cars up ahead of you, you need to move the fluid that's up closer towards your neck first before you can move the fluid in the hand. Because if you start at the hand, then you're just pushing that fluid to here, and then it just fills this up. So you really want to clear the area before you flush more fluid up. So starting at the shoulder, you're just going to start to make little circles. So again, stretching that skin. And you can really start to kind of bring the fluid across. So you're thinking about that L shape, but we're just working on the top of the L here. So you're just stretching the skin across the body. So starting right near the armpit, and you're making little rainbows, so little half circles all the way across. You have a lot of lymph nodes right in the sternal area, so getting the fluid towards that area and over towards the opposite armpit will help. So just stretching the skin here, just moving it over. Sometimes the pec muscle right here might be a little tight, so this in itself might provide you a little bit of relief. If you have breast lymphedema, this is also the same sequence. So you're gonna start kind of pump and bring that breast over. If you have had a mastectomy and there is not a breast anymore, you're just still doing the same thing, stretching the skin, and it might be helpful for you if that skin is a little bit bound down to your body. So loosening up the skin. And of course, talk to your therapist, talk to your doctor, reach out to me if you need more help. So once you kind of cleared this area, think of it in like segments, now you're going to come down to here. So you're going to just do a little stretching all the way up and across. So we always, after we kind of do each segment, we want to think about continuing to move that fluid across. And again, you're just finding that stretch of the skin. And then you can come under. I brought the pillow. I forgot about the pillow, but here's the pillow. So if you want to prop your arm up, that's helpful because, and if you're on the couch and you have your arm almost like this, that's going to help because gravity is going to help encourage the fluid movement. So whatever works. So stretching the skin, then you can kind of turn the arm over. So you really want to get every part of the arm. So you want to give love, appreciation, and gratitude, even though this might be a troubling area right now. Send love to it. The more you treat your body with love and the more you can give yourself some self-positivity, the better. And then we'll go right into that inner elbow right here. Place your hand and you're going to do little circles in there. So you have lymph nodes in this little elbow area, inner elbow, so giving them some love. And then you'll come to the next section here. Again, just little half circles, stretching, and then you kind of make your way all the way up. So you can do this, I like to say about, say, 5 or so cycles of each little segment, but really you can do it for as little or as much as you want, as long as you're feeling comfortable, you feel like you're doing something good for yourself. Even if it's just before bed and you lift your arm up and you kind of just stretch the skin like that, every little bit will help. So our goal is to not let that fluid get stagnant, because when it gets stagnant, that's when it gets built up. So just stretching, and then you come to this side. Again, a little stretch. In some areas might be a little bit more thicker, a little bit more fuller, so maybe spend a little bit more time. I know for a lot of my patients and for my mom, all around the elbow here was always troublesome, so kind of getting in there, maybe being a little bit more aggressive in areas that are a little bit thicker, so maybe just spending more time there, but you're still thinking about stretching the skin up. Now when we get to the hand, we'll start at the top of the hand, another area that gets a little bit full here. And there's tiny muscles in the hand, so that's why I feel and I see sometimes the hand is more effective, because these are larger muscles, so as we know from my other classes, the more muscle pump you have, the more it's going to flush the fluid out and up. So we want to strengthen these little muscles and we want to help them out. So come to the top of the hand here, and you're just going to make little circles again. So that little half circle, like stretch the skin, then you kind of let your body recoil, stretch, stretch, and stretch. And then you can come over to the fingers. So you want to take your other hand and kind of cup the finger like this, and you're going to make little small circles around each area, so right before each knuckle. And you want to start with the knuckle that's closer to your body and then work your way out. So you kind of do a little bit of circles, make your way out. Should feel good. This is good for any arthritis too. It will help improve fluid movement. And you can kind of just work your way down the fingers. Same thing for the thumb, little circles. I'm kind of covering the finger with my hand, and then come to the palm, and you're just gonna want to bring the fluid kind of through the fingers and back. So you want to encourage the fluid to move through the fingers and back towards the palm over here. So I like to bring my fingers through my hands and just assist them. And if you have any palm swelling, you can do that too. Just bring it up and through. And then you just bring the fluid all the way back up. So then you just work your way all the way back up, doing both sides of your hand, of your arm. Keep on going. I know this is long, but again, once you get the hang of it, you'll feel more comfortable, you'll feel more confident, and this is, say, 20 minutes of your life, of your day, that you do something really good for yourself. So give yourself a break and be happy for yourself that you're doing something that's really going to benefit you. And then come back to the armpit, and then again just bring that fluid across. Awesome. And then we'll place the pillow, if you had the pillow by your side. Let's just place our hands in our lap. Close your eyes for a moment. Just notice if you have any change, maybe the urge to go to the bathroom. That's a great sign. You moved the fluid, flushed it out. Then we'll place our hands together, palms together, fingertips together. With the eyes closed, just send your body healing energy, loving energy. Just fill your body with gratitude and self-love for really doing something positive and healing for your body. Take a breath in together, and we can bow to another namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this video helps you to get a little bit of a better understanding of how you can really be proactive at home and help yourself. And please comment below if this helped you or if you have questions, and just know that you're not alone. There's many people who have this and who have struggled with it, but everything you do for yourself will slowly get you moving and get you in the right direction. So I wish you the best of luck, and just know that there's help and there's resources and there's ways that you will get better. Thank you.